Alrighty guys, so another fun-filled weekend of working on the 47. So I'm letting the air compressor pump up because I'm going to fire up the plasma cutter, and then I'm going to start basically cleaning everything up underneath here that I don't need, right? Like especially all that rusted metal back there where the gas tank was. I showed you a little bit of it last one, but we have her up in the air. I'm letting the compressor pump up, and then I'm just going to get after just cutting stuff out. So it'll kind of clear up that whole area up underneath there where I can start thinking about how I'm going to make the mounts in the back. I kind of like that area where the gas tank used to be, that deep thing, just to have for like storage or whatever like that. So I have to figure out how much of it I'm going to cut off because it's like another piece that's not bolted, but kind of like welded into place along the bottom. But as we go, I'll stop for a minute or two and then show you guys how and what I'm cutting out. It's kind of hard to get this up in there, meaning the camera and all that stuff, and especially with the plasma cutter, sparks are going to fly, and I don't need to set my phone on fire because I do everything with my phone. I record the videos, I edit the videos, everything on my phone. So it's an important piece of equipment for me. But what I can do is kind of get you all up in here. So it's this piece right here. So right along here, if you can see it, there's a seam. So that's pretty much where I'm going to be cutting it, right there, and across the bottom and the back. But there's a lip on the other side of this, and that lip is where the two bolts are for the rear of the cab. So how this used to be, I can't see any kind of attachment points on the front, like where it might have been bolted to the frame. But on the back, it used to have these two big, like V pieces, like that would bolt to the frame. So anyway, so we are all pumped up, so I'm just going to get right after this. All right, guys, let me show you what we got up underneath there. Okay, so how this is, now that I got all that out, these guys are the braces that goes along the back. So they actually sit on top of this. And then as you can see, this brace right here, I have holding it up right now, right? But this whole outside here is 3/16 inch frame, basically, and it goes all the way around and then stops right there and then goes all the way around and goes all the way to there. So I think that will be probably a pretty good spot to build off the mounts. Now this was a part of the gas tank strap right here. This is actually welded onto the plate, and then up through here it's welded. It appears to be, yeah, sorry about the sideways action here, but it appears to be welded onto that plate as well. Oh no, it's actually riveted up there. Okay, so that'll be better than these, obviously. But what I'll do is I'll probably be building a plate as we come off here. Anyway, so this is what we got going on. I'm thinking probably this has to come out too. I don't know, it doesn't seem to be really, I mean, I get the point of it for the gas tank, but this right here is what I'm going to be tying into. Now that we have that all out, at least that's in the back, right? So let me get something going on here. We'll be right back. Okay guys, so after looking at this, I think I'm going to put the rail, so this part is actually going to be attached to the cab. And then from here, I'll put mounts. So you can see it'll be welded back here on a good piece of the steel. And then right through here on the inside, I'll weld this to this using plate all the way through here, which will hold that part to this. And then as you can see up front, I am level. And then up front, that's what I was talking about, how it's not gonna be this tall, right? So this will all come off with the cab, but I need to have a frame underneath the cab part that's more substantial to bolt to sit on the frame, right? So once I get that part in, I'm just going to tack that in, not up here, but just down there, and then back there, and then I'm going to mirror it over here. The biggest problem on this side is, one, I have the steering that's going to come down, and then the second thing are the pedals, you know, the gas and the brake. Obviously I've only got so much room there to put the pedals and stuff in, but that's all the stuff that you have to figure out once you get the cab set down and attached to the frame. Then you come back, or not come back, but kind of keep that in the back of your mind while you're doing all this. So let me lower this back down. I'm just going to kind of weld a plate, just a couple tacks across there, and then to kind of get that steady in one place, so then I can go from there and then mimic it on the other side. And that's everything. All this stuff is going to be attached to the cab. And then once that's all, that framework's done, there's going to be a one that goes across the back and then up this way. Right? So let me lower this back down, and then I'll plate that up, just a couple tacks, and then we'll start, or I'll mirror that on the other side, right? If I show you every little thing, like me cutting the metal, putting it over there, lining it all up, this video is going to be like 4 hours long. So I'm just trying to give you the highlights here, I guess, of what I'm doing, so you can see what you can do. Okay guys, so I've got my one rail in, I've got my other rail in, and then I'm starting to make like a little standard post off from that on that side. Still got to put a bar across there somewhere. Yep, I may follow that upper piece right there, but I'm gonna grab something to eat real quick and then we'll be back. All right guys, so wicked late start this morning, or today. Had to do a little bit of running around, take care of a few things also today. But so what I'm really going to work on is getting the front mount here kind of settled out. That's about what I got time for today. So I will tell you that the bandsaw guy here that I got this from Harbor Freight. My portable bandsaw goes into it, plate mounts down onto it, and I got a foot switch that runs it. This is excellent. Like, that's awesome. So with that and the combination of the Evolution, I got all my flat cutting needs taken care of. So what we're gonna do is I'll pan you in here, and my flashlight died, so I'm charging that up so I can get better angle. But yeah, so let's jump into that. Alrighty, so we'll let that cool down because that's hot. So the material that I'm using for the standard is actually 3/16. This, I don't know, for some reason the stuff that I'm doing looks a little thicker than the stuff that the frame's made out of. But overall, I think that'll be just fine. So once that cools down, we'll tighten that all up. And once we tighten that up, then we'll go up to the upper part. So we'll be back after that cools off. All right. right, so there's one side. Bushing, 1/2-inch bolt. I did weld through here. It's hard for you to see, but anyway. So this side, this can technically come out now, right? So probably what I'm gonna do here is I'll probably do something kind of like right there, just to brace it that way. I mean, it shouldn't go anywhere. This is pretty much how I did the COE ones, was like this, but the front one on this side is done. So now let me, I may have enough time to start the other side. I don't know, because it's getting pretty late and I have to go and pick up my son from bus stop. But anyway, so there's one side. Alrighty, I think that's gonna wrap it up. I gotta go take care of some things. But that side mount only took a little less than an hour to do. Once you know how you're gonna do it, the opposite side, at least in my case, it goes real fast. So anyway, I'll bring you in real quick so you can just take a peek. So there's this side mount, and you can access the bolt right there, up through there, and then it's all welded flat there. Here I just kind of threw some welds here, but I threw a bolt right there just to kind of hold it into place so I can finish doing that. And then on this side, I still have to weld the plates all together, but it's done. Just needs to be just welded up. Alrighty. That's gonna wrap up this weekend. I appreciate everyone coming in here, checking me out. Go ahead and subscribe if you found it pretty entertaining, or at least some more knowledge on how to do something. Like, share if you feel like it. But ultimately, go out and build something cool, one weekend at a time. Thanks for dropping in, guys. Bye.